So racket number one, Zillow Group acquires VRX Media. This is going to live under the Showing Time Plus platform. Nicole, you and I talked about Showing Time Plus. This is Zillow's Netflix, right, for agent products. They're rolling up Loop under the Showing Time Plus, amongst other products. We talked about that in a previous Real Word, and you could check that out if you're interested, if you don't know about that news. So why this purchase, and what does VRX Media do? They've got aerial drone photography, virtual staging, 3D tours, high definition photos, and fast delivery. 3D tours, side note, Rich Barton said at the beginning of this year at the Swanepoel Summit T360's event, where you just have all the CEOs giving their annual State of the Union address basically to each other. He said Zillow is very passionate. They're all in on 3D tours. He believes every single listing should have a 3D tour. I've said for years before Rich Barton said this, that every listing should obviously have professional photography. That's a standard, but should also have at least bare minimum a floor plan. Still today, you see so many listings without a floor plan, but this is all
people
about
are still using their cell phones. They think that houses are selling so quickly that cell phones are still okay.
No, well, let's get real here. Is that a meme, Nicole? Did you just try to do a live meme?
A live meme?
A podcast meme? Cell phone photos? I mean, that's just disgraceful for somebody who's hiring you. But these interactive floor plans is, I think, a lot to do with this VRX Media purchase. Zillow didn't come out and say that that's what it is, but that's my belief just off of the things that Zillow execs have said and the direction they're heading. 70% of sellers have said it when polled that they would work with an agent if there was a virtual tour and an interactive floor plan. So sellers like these features, and
Of course, they want everything. Sellers want everything.
Of course, and some sellers deserve everything, but I think
They
a bare
all
minimum
deserve everything.
showing a floor plan in a professional manner, you should do that on every single listing. 70% of sellers, Nicole, whose listings included a virtual tour, were more likely to receive an all-cash offer. Okay, so Zillow's aim with this acquisition is to help the Showing Time Plus platform realize its vision of providing top-level listing products and services to help agents stand out and provide exceptional shopping and selling experience to their clients, setting a higher standard for the industry. They obviously want this Showing Time Plus platform, like we talked about in the past, to be the go-to place for agents to, get their monthly subscriptions, and agents spend a ton of money on these products. Zillow wants them to do that there. Showing Time Plus is going to provide these premium marketing products, and it's scheduled for the release, Nicole, in 2023. Listing media services and listing showcase living under this Showtime Plus platform. Brad over on Inman, this is a BAM article that we've been quoting. We'll link that below. We'll also link this Inman article that Brad wrote, titled "Zillow's VRX Acquisition Reveals Why the Portal Can't Be Dismissed. Never Underestimate Zillow." Brad, you and I are aligned here, brother. I mean, I've been saying this over and over and over again, and people, they think because they failed on, flipping homes on the iBuyer thing, that Zillow's a failure. That means because they failed on one segment of their business. And that's just proven over and over and over again not to be the case. Zillow's got more money than everybody besides like CoStar, at their disposal. Founders Rich Barton and Lloyd Frink are calculating, bold, cunning, and opportunistic. They also play the long game well. They're at it again. And obviously, when I referenced at the top of the show, this is the season of buying. That's what Zillow's licking their chops for 2023. They're going to go out and buy companies that they can fold up under the Zillow umbrella. And they're making a clear new pivot here. They're leaning into agents, which is what we said a year ago when they closed down iBuyer. Nicole, just on the VRX Media purchase.
Yeah.
You care a lot about how listings are presented, as many great agents. Hit the thumbs up if you also care how your listings are presented. What does this mean for agents, the acquisition of the VRX Media for Zillow?
So I again I'm a I mean I can't say that I'm a huge Zillow supporter, but I do love every time they make these moves because I think it sparks a little fire under some people's asses to really sort of get themselves going. You know, they obviously saw an opportunity, they seized the opportunity, but now again, if anything, it's sparking conversations. What are they doing? What are they now offering? But at the same time, I think it's a great service to offer agents because think about it. I know you don't necessarily look at the group emails, but the amount of times that agents are still trying to
Sure about
like
that?
look for these. No, I mean like on like
I see
the
everything, Nicole.
on the real estate broker side
Okay.
as a that side,
Okay.
you know, the reply onlys and
Yeah. Yeah.
there are a lot of agents that are still looking for contacts for aerials and still looking for so
Sure.
there's a huge opening here for them to slide in and be super convenient. So, um,
Convenient, and because they have scale, because they're
yeah,
going across the country,
absolutely.
can they, compete on pricing? They
Yeah,
probably can. It's been hard for in the residential space for a national player. Like, I think, national player in the photography space, first name that comes to mind is
Planomatic,
Planomatic.
of course.
I feel like they were the first mover, basically a decade ago.
Well,
Um,
and again, what's so and I don't mean to interrupt you, but what's so interesting there is that Planomatic, I feel like spearheaded this incredible sort of side of the industry where
mm,
now there are mom and pop local shops that are now following in Planomatic's footsteps. So it again
it's
it sort of
true.
catapulted others to start having to be a little bit more aggressive with their marketing as well, or what they're at least offering in their packages.
That's true, and VRX Media has something similar. This national, photographer. They're probably independent contractors. I know
Yeah,
that was the model with
Planomatic.
Planomatic, but
Yep.
Planomatic shifted away from the res. They still do it, but they went big into the institutional buyers and some of the where they can go get 1,000 deal photography shoots at one time, and they're really cleaning up that space. Not to say that they're out of this space. I don't think they would have been a company interested in selling, but it is my point about this. It'll be interesting to see how this works out for Zillow because it is difficult to manage that many 1099 photographers across the country. And a lot of them do end up, to your point, deciding to open up something local. They start meeting all the agents. They say, okay, I can do this. I can go create my own business. And
I mean,
then
I
they end
think
up,
we've tried to steal a few Planomatic photographers for
no, we
ourselves too.
haven't. Corey, if you're listening to, I've never, that is false, Nicole.
That
You
is
maybe,
false,
but
that
not
is
me. I'm,
false.
I'm, I'm a big fan of all the peeps over at Planet. But
Of
yeah,
course.
this will be for those smaller companies in each market. This is going to be an interesting, competitive advantage for Zillow because of the access that they have through showing time to all of these agents, and can they cut costs? To your point, Nicole, there's agents that are still emailing the office asking for tips on where to get drone photography and aerial and regular photography and 3D tours because they take a listing once a quarter, right? It's not something
Right,
that they regularly do like you and I and our team, which is listing properties every single week. They do it infrequently, and so they are going to go and say, hey, where can I get the best cost right now? It's my only listing I have.
right. Mhm.
And Zillow right now might be in position to capitalize on all of those infrequent listers because we know there's a whole heck of a lot of those.
For
It
sure,
happens every single year in real estate.
for sure.
Racket, I don't think so. I think what would be a racket on this, Nicole, is if you disagree with what Brad Inman said and you're underestimating Zillow and their ability to go out in 2023 and consolidate the business even more and scoop up some of these companies that are looking to be bought. Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.